Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fatima Olanikbekun and I am the CEO of Al-Mithaaliyah Ventures. In this video tutorial, I'm going to be talking about how to cut the hijab niqab. This is based on a lot of demands, and I am carrying out on my promise. I'm keeping my promise to make the video. So going straight to the points, let's first of all talk about the amounts of fabric that you are going to need to cut the particular size of the hijab niqab. So you will need 2.5 trouser length, that is 90 inches, and a trouser length is 45 inches. So you will need 2.5 trouser length, which that is 90 inches and like 23 inches or so for the fabric. So here I have scaled down as I usually do with all my tutorials for ease of demonstration. I have scaled down my measurements by 3. So this here is my 2.5 trouser length of fabric, and the wideness of my fabric is 60 inches. I have scaled that in by 3 too. Here I have 20 inches. So now what I'm going to do is, as in here is the wideness of the fabric and this is the yardage, that is the amount of fabric I need. So now what I need to do first of all is you see, the hijab niqab is actually a version of the tie back hijab, but this time around the flap at the front, that is the niqab part, needs to be a little bit wider, so that by the time you use it as a niqab, the back of your hijab is not going to be jumping up. So what we need to do first off, from this whole fabric we are going to cut out 13 inches from the whole fabric. As in, from the yardage we cut out 13 inches. So after cutting it out, we're going to have 13 inches by 60 inches. And after scaling, my 13 inches is 4.3. So I'm just going to round it up to 4.5. Let me just cut it out like so. I did not want to cut it out before the video so that it is not going to confuse you. So we're now going to keep this aside. This is what we are going to use to cut the flap, that is the niqab part of the hijab. So with this fabric that I have left, I'm now going to fold it such that the back is going to be longer than the front by 8 inches. I'll fold it like this such that the back is going to be longer than the front by 8 inches. And here I have, according to my scale, my 8 inches is 2.5. So I'm going to just make it, it's 2.6, sorry. So I'm just going to make it 2.5 inches. I'm going to make it 2.5 inches difference. So here I have folded it such that the back is longer than the front by 8 inches. So I'm just going to cut it out into two such that I'll have the front separate and the back is also going to be separate. So here I have the back. I'm going to fold the back along the width. That is, I'm going to fold the width of the back into two, like so. And I'm also going to do the same with the front too. I'm going to fold it into two, like so. So after doing this, I'm now going to place the front on top of the back. Let me make it face me like this. So I'm going to place the front on top of the back. I'm going to make sure that my fabric is well aligned. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to come here, measure 6 inches. You know here we have the center front and we have the center back. So from the center of both the front and back, I'm going to measure 6 inches towards the edge that is not folded. This edge here is all separate. This is the, what people call it? They call it selvage edge. You're going to measure 6 inches towards you. So here, if we scale our 6 inches, we have 2 inches. So now mark 3 inches. And then you now come to this other side here. This other side that is the selvage side here. You now measure 17 inches down. And here, according to my scale, my 17 inches should be like around 5 point something. I forgot to scale it. Okay, yes, I did. It's 5.6. So here I'm just going to round it up to 5.5. So you will now get a straight edge. It is important. Don't curve this line. Use straight edge. You're not going to get a straight edge like a long ruler. You can also use your tape rule. You make a straight line like so. So here you have two options. You can either make it V shape or you can make it curve down. It is up to you. So I'm actually going to show you the two methods here. I can use different marker. So let's use the red marker for the V shape. If you want it to be V shape, so this point here, the 17-inch mark here, you are going to join it to the back. I'm going to join it to the back first. You will join the 17-inch mark to the back first with a straight line. If you want it to be V shape, don't attempt to curve it, just draw a straight line. And then you join it to the front. Join it to the front. And you just cut it out. But if you want it to be curved, let me use my blue marker to make it curve. You will just take your chalk and curve it like so. And then curve the front too like so. You see, it's very easy. So now I'm going to cut out the hijab. I'm going to be cutting out the V style. I don't want it to shake and lose alignment.